Okay, so I hope now you have understood about the basics, the techniques that we use in the hard surface modeling. Now what we are going to do is that I will try to model like a vape body. Okay, for that, basically whenever you do any hard surface modeling or any modeling, you have to keep the references in front of you, okay, inside your Maya. If you remember my lesson where of the Maya Essential series, where I explained how to make a sofa. So I placed the reference images of the sofa. So you have to keep those images. But I'm doing without that. But whenever you do with the references. It's always ideal to put the reference images to model it. Okay. So I have these pictures of the wave that I'm going to create right now. Okay. So uh, I have to see from all the sides how it looks like. Then I have to create by just eyeballing it. Okay. So I have some good reference images. I can see from side. Okay. I can see also from the top. And this is how like I will model, but I don't have basically reference images, so I have to eyeball it. Okay. Now the shape, if you will notice that, is basically kind of a you can say a pentagon sort of shape of the body, but it is a slight round from the corner. So that's what I have to do over here. I have to create a pentagon sort of a shape here. Okay, to do that, I will simply go to my Maya screen here. And one more thing is that whenever you create your model, it have to be a real life size model, okay, like the real world model. So if the size is given here, so you have to make sure this is the same size you are applying. Okay, so these sizes you have to do with your with any sort of models that you are working on. Okay, so I will right click with the shift key, cube. I will go on the cube. Okay, I will create a cube just like here. Okay, and wait, I want to put this cube in the middle, so I will go into channel box here, all these channel options here, and then all X, Y, and Z, I will make it 0, so it will be right in the center. Okay, and then I will take my center point here and move it slide up. So I have to do one thing here. I will have to go to the attribute, okay, and see what is the height. Height is 13. Width I can make it a little bit lesser. Okay, maybe 8. No, depth I will make it 8. Okay, width I will make it much lesser, or not lesser, I think maybe more. Or depth I will make it lesser. Okay, so I think this is fine. Height is 10, so that means the Y, if I will put as 5, it will be right on the center of this. Now I will not add any sort of like a subdivision on it from here. Okay, I will add it whenever I need it. So this is basically what you actually do over here. Let's make the width also a little smaller. I think 7 is fine. And then this 4. Okay. Now I will right click over here and I will go to the Multicut tool. And with the help of Control and middle mouse button, I will add one here and one here. After that, what I'm going to do is that I will go take my moving tool. Okay, I will take this edge, okay, and instead of moving tool, I will go back to my scale tool. So I have took this edge and this edge, and I will scale it down, so it will create something like this sort of like a shape. Okay, and same thing I will do here as well. Take this one, okay, press shift, take this and scale it down, and also with my moving tool W, I will move it a little bit down as well, like this. Okay, this one I will select, and this one with the shift, so both of them are selected. Press scale and scale it outwards a little bit more. Okay, now what I'm going to do here is that, if you will notice, these are the round edges. Okay, these one here are round, here and here as well are round. Back is round, but it is more roundish than these. So what I will do, I will not select this one right now. I will only select this. Okay, select this one. Okay, and then I think what one more thing I have to do. Let's go to the face right now. They will take these two faces and move it inside to get a bit of this shape. And this one, I will go to edges, take these edges and scale them much more outwards. Now it's fine. So I will take my Q for the selection. I will take this edge, both of them. And now I will press shift on my keyboard, right click, go to bevel. Now what does the bevel do? Bevel will help me to create, if you will notice that, it will help me to create something like this kind of a round edges. Okay, so if I will increase it more, I will have more here. Okay, I can add more segments to make it more roundish, just like this. Okay, so this is how I will create this part. Now I think it's fine. Okay, and there is triangles here which we will fix later on, so you don't have to worry about it. Let's see if I will add 4. Is it good? So yes, I think 4 is better, much more better. Okay, now I'm done, and now what I will do is that I will press Q again to select this one, the back, shift, right click, bevel again. Okay, this time I will bevel, like give more friction because it's more roundish. Okay, and I will give more segments to it and increase the friction more. Okay, so here you can see also I have these, which don't worry about it, we can fix it. Okay, so now yes, I got the basic shape over here. Now what I will do here is that I will press 3 just to see how it looks like. If I press 3, you can see it looks very ugly because there is no holding edge at all. So I will press shift key here. Okay, first of all, what I need to do here is that I have to go right click, shift, and then go to multicut. Okay, then with the help of shift multicut, I will add one here. Okay, and then that's all, and then I will add one here on the bottom. Okay, that's all. Now here inside I cannot add it, okay, because you can see I cannot do anything to add like a multicut here. Let me do it, let me try it. Okay, so I can only add here, I cannot add anything here. So what in this case I will do is I will manually add it. Press one time here, then one time here, press enter, then I will press one time here, press enter. Okay, and once this is done, what I can do here is I can press here, okay, and then press here, enter, press here and press here, enter, and press here, here, enter, press here, here, enter. Okay, so pretty much I'm done with this part. Now what I can do, I will try to reroute things here and try to remove some of these edges, and let's see what is the best I can remove from here. Now this one, if I will select, and this one, okay, and delete it, so it can create a square over here, which is, I think, for me this is fine. Okay, and here I will do here, okay, okay, that's good. I am able to make it as a square shape. Now once I'm done with this part, what I need to do, I'm done with this part, and there is still some triangles here which we will fix it. Don't worry about it. How we can fix it? Take this one, delete this with Control Delete, or with Delete. Control Delete you have to press, otherwise you will leave one vertex over there, which is not right. Select this, okay. Control Delete. Select this. Control Delete. Now when we are done, I will shift right click, go to Multicut, select this vertex from here and join it to this vertex here. Okay, press enter, then select this vertex from here and click here and join it. Okay, so let's see if everything is fine here. Yes, everything is going fine. Okay, now we got rid of those triangles. Okay, now we have much more bigger triangles at this side. So what I'm going to do here is I will select this point here and join it with this. Okay, press enter, and then I will take, let's see which is best one. Yeah, this one. I will take this one and join it with this and enter. Okay, same thing I will do here. Take this one from here, join it with this. Okay, by mistake I have clicked on the wrong side. I was supposed to click here, here, and then click here. Okay, then I will click here, and then I will click here and enter. Okay, so pretty much I am done with this. Now what I'm going to do here is that I will press Control and add here some of these. How many there are lines? One edge, two edge, three edge on each. So that means I have to go here, okay, and I have to add these edges here, one here, one here, okay, one here, and one here. Let me undo this. This is not even. Okay, now it's fine. Okay, and now it didn't bend till here because it's breaking, so I have to manually do that. Click here, then click here, enter, then click here and click here, enter. Oh, there is one missing. I have to add one more. Actually, let's do it again. I will put one in the middle, then one middle here, then one middle here. Okay, here again in the middle, with the in the middle, how you can put with the middle mouse button here and here. Now I will do again. Click here, enter. Click here, enter. Click here, enter. Now I'll move to this side. Click here. Oops. Wait. Click here, enter. Click here, enter. Click here and click here, enter. Okay, let me press 3. I will press 3 just to see if any vertex is broken or not. So all the vertices are there on its position, nothing is broken. Now we have to fix this part here. Okay, fix I mean we have to create a basically we have to make it a squarish form, not a triangular form. Okay, so in this case what I have to do, I have to add an edge loops. Okay, now I will press shift, multi-cut, put one here in the middle mouse button, and control, and do the same thing there. Now I'm done. So what I will do here is now I will go to my moving tool, and just to show you, I will right click, go to vertex, and select this, these two, this one and this one with the shift key, and I can, and this one as well, or leave this one. And if I slide it with the shift and control, you can see that there are 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. This is done, but here again I don't have 4 sides. Okay, here they all are triangles as well. This one is triangle, this one is triangle. Okay, this one is triangle, this one is triangle. So I have to do something to avoid this. Okay, so in this case what I can do is that, okay, I can press shift, right click, multi-cut, and add one here and one here. Okay, now once I have done here, okay, or instead of doing that, what I can do here, I will just press here with the shift key in the middle one time, and here with the shift key one time. Okay, the reason why I'm doing this is here because I just made this line, so now it is continuous. So when I added the loop here, so it went all the way down. I don't want it all the way down. What I want is that I want this to be connected here. Okay, so now it's fine. Now I will control, click here over the middle, and as well over here with the middle mouse button. Now here what I will do is I will go to my Q selection tool, right click, and edges. Okay, now this edge, what I will do here is that I will delete this edge, okay, from here with the control delete, and this one as well, control delete. Okay, now once I will do this, I will press shift, right click, and go back to my multi-cut, take from here, press shift and click here, so it is in the middle, or maybe here. Okay, or let me do one thing here. There is something wrong, I believe. Let me go to the vertices. Yeah, there are some vertices, but actually it's fine. We do need these vertices, so we don't have to worry about it because I added these vertices by myself. Okay, so I thought there's something else. Okay, so I click here, then click here. Okay, and then I will click here, enter. Now same thing, I will click here, and then I will click here and enter. So I got rid of those triangles. Now these are 3 triangles. How to get rid of these 3 triangles? Same method. Okay, so oops, I will do here, press shift key, add one here, point, press shift key, add one here, so it will break it. Otherwise, if I will add an edge loop, it will go all the way down, which I don't want to do. Okay, I will press control key on my keyboard, shift key on my keyboard, and right click and go to, shift key, right click and go to the I was already in multicut. I don't know why I did that. Okay, now I will go here, and this part, press my middle mouse button, here as well my middle mouse button, done. Okay, now what I will do here is that I will take this part, okay, and click on this one, okay, enter, and this one, enter. Now I will press Q over here and go to my right click without any keys, go to edge, delete these edges, control delete, sorry, this one, control delete. Now I will press shift, right click, go to multicut, okay. Now I will click over here, and then I will click here and enter. Now next, same thing, click here one time, click here, enter. Okay, now I have got rid of all these triangles. Now only the triangle I have is this one. Now how to get rid of this? To get rid of this, I need two in the middle. Okay, and or what I can do, easy way, okay, I will go to my Q for selection, okay, press Q on the keyboard for selection and double click on this one, press shift, double click on this, and then what I will do here is that I will press control delete. It will become little straight from here. So the reason is that because there is no edge here now. So I will press shift, right click, multicut, click on here, okay, go all the way down, okay, and then click here. I think I have to press shift and add here, then I have to go down here. Okay, now I will press here again and here and enter. Now you can see I fixed everything on the top, okay, but on the bottom it's not fixed. So don't worry, our goal is not for the bottom, it's only for the top part. So we will apply some kind of insetting, or you can say offsetting there, so it will fix it. So I will go to my edge mode here, select this edge, okay, not the entire, sorry, this one, and press shift and double click on this one. Now this whole edge is selected. Now what I will do here is that I will go and move it a little bit out, so it will create a kind of a like circular object. Now I think all the way it is done. So let's press 3 here, okay, so yes, it's going good. Now all I need is the holding edges, because you can see nothing is holding over here, everything is falling apart because there is nothing to hold. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is right click, multicut, okay, and now you can see that I'm easily available to add these, because now everything is connecting, there is no triangle here. So I will add one here, okay, one here, and then yeah, I think that's fine. Let's see. Okay, there's one more issue here. control, and I will add one here, which I think is fine. Okay, or what you can do is that add one more here. Okay, now let's see, press 3. Okay, now it's not letting these one falling down. Okay, if I will go back here, object mode, press this. Okay, now it's not letting it down, but it's creating something like a pinch over here. Let me give it a blend so I can see. Not a pinch, but a corner. But that can be fixed easily. Okay, we just need to select this edge. Okay, double click here, press shift, double click here. Okay, and then if you can notice that it's quite of a corner. So what I can do here is that right click shift and go to bevel edges and bevel it out just like this. Okay, without any sort of segment. So but it's too much, or keep it this much. Okay, now I'm done. I will go back to my normal mode, press 3 here. Okay, still is there. So I think I have to do one thing here. I have to reduce or remove some of these because it's too like the holding edges are compressing a lot because like there is a lot of number of them here. So what I can do here is that I can double click here, okay, and then I will do one thing here. Let me break this one first. And the best thing to do at this stage is right click here, okay, with the shift key, go to multi-cut. With the control key, I will add one here, okay, and then I will press Q, right click, go to edges, double click this, shift right click, and after shift right click I will detach the component, so it will become half of it. Now I will double click here as well. Okay, so the whole thing selects on the top, shift right click and detach this one too. Now I will right click, go to faces, double click on this face, so this face will be selected. Okay, now I will press Ctrl Shift I for inverse, so it will select other parts and I will delete it. So now what I will do here is that instead of working on the whole body, I will work on half of the body, then I will mirror it to the other side. Otherwise what will happen is that it will not look good. Okay, so let's see what we can do with this part, because if I will break this line, so I will lose this curve here. Okay, if I will not break it, then there is too much compression here, which is causing this weird edge over here. Okay, and there should be no edge here, it should be all the way smoother. So what I can do here is go back here in the edge. Okay, double click this one. Let me go back to my one. Okay, let's see which is the most, yeah, this is the one which is causing more issue. Okay, so this is the one. So what I can do here is that I can go shift right click, multi-cut, add a multi-cut from this point. Okay, so I will add one here with the shift key. Okay, then the shift key here, then with the shift key down and press enter. Okay, this is fine. Now if I will select this, so I can break it from here. I will select from here, or from here, and then go all the way here. This is selected, so I will press shift, select this one with the shift key, and what I can do here is that I can press control and delete. Now let's see if that weird edge is appearing or no. Okay, yeah, it is much better now. So what I will do here is that I will do the same thing with this one. Okay, and select this from here, select this one, press shift, double click this one, control delete. Okay, now yes, it's getting fine, it's getting better. Okay, and one more thing I can do here is that I will take this one and shift, double click here, try to delete this, and let's see what happens if I delete this one. 3. Okay, it's getting more smoother here, so I don't want to do that. This is fine basically. Okay, now as I have removed these, there is no holding edges for these. Okay, so in this case what I can do here is I can shift right click multicut, click here, click one time here, enter, click here, click one time here, enter. And if you all remember the diamond pattern, so I will create a diamond pattern here by removing this control. Now there is a diamond pattern here, so there should be no issue here. Okay, but I need to move this part here. Okay, with the shift key I can slide it down. So 1, 2, 3, 4. It's not a triangle, it's a diamond, which is fine. Okay, so now it's fine. There's no such issue here. Okay, this actually is fine because it's a hard surface, so there will be some hardness there, so that's okay. Now I'm done with this part here. Okay, and now what I have to do is that I have to create I have to mirror it to the other side again. Shift right click, mirror. Okay, and I think object on minus and on the z-axis. Yeah, okay. Now the issue is that there is too much of the merge threshold, so I have to reduce this all the way to 0. Then press shift and control and start increasing till you see that it's getting better. So I think now it's fine. Done. So what I will do here is that control shift D to delete the history. Okay, but it will create a copy. I will just go here, edit, delete by type, alt shift delete, not control shift delete, not control shift D. Okay, so I will press alt shift D. Okay, it will delete the history of it. Okay, now it has deleted. I don't know why my shortcuts is not working. So the top part is done, and now if I will mirror it downwards, I will have the same topology down as well. Okay, so I will press shift right click, mirror. Okay, and I'll choose object, Y or Z or X, and X minus direction, change to Y. Okay, and merge is too strong, I will reduce to 0. Then I will start increasing a bit, tiny bit. It's fine. Okay, I think I need more. Yeah, now it's fine. Okay, now it's all the way it's created. Again, I will go delete by type and history. Okay, now my history is deleted, so now everything is fine here. You can see that I have this body now. Okay, now I have to create all these items here, like the sphere on the top and all those things here. So for the sphere, I have to create a nice location for the sphere first. Okay, so I right click, go to face here, press my tab button on the keyboard to select all these. Okay, now I will not convert this to sphere right away. What I will do here, I will take my scaling tool, okay, and then press shift and extrude inverse for the offset. It will actually offset it inverse. Okay, so just like this. Okay, one time. If I will press 3, it will look like this, which is fine, but let's do one more time. Press shift again. Okay, but not too much. Once I'm done, okay, what I can do over here is I can shift right click, go to circleize. Okay, and in the circleize, if you will see that it's too big here, so I can change the twist, or I think twist is fine. I don't need to change anything in the twist. Alignment, I will change it to average. Okay, then normal offset, everything is fine. I just want to reduce the size of this one, so it will come a little bit inwards. Okay, that's fine now. So here, the reason we have to delete history is that, suppose if you will not delete the history and you will apply some other effect. Okay, so the last step that you did, suppose mirror, so that last mirror that you apply will be gone. It will revert back to the original state. So every time when you apply effects like mirror, okay, or you can say rotation, okay, or symmetry modifiers, okay, or any colorization, that gives you some extra stuff over here. Okay, whatever gives you some extra stuff over here, you have to delete it. Otherwise, what will happen, you will not apply more than a few other effects, so you will always go back to the original state. So that's why you have to delete the history, so you can easily apply what you're looking for. Is this clear? Okay, so now I will try to fix this thing here. Okay, I am done with this now. Okay, now I will also offset the circle as well, because I already offsetted the frame, but circle also I will offset it with the shift key, extrude inward. If I want more division, I will extrude a little tiny bit, then again shift key, scale it inward with the shift key, then I'm done. Okay, what I can do here now, I can press my W key for my like a moving tool. Now press shift. Again, I need more division, so I will I will extrude little tiny bit, again little bit, then again little bit, so I can have more division down. Now again, I will little bit do the what you call the offset of the extrude with the shift key and the scaling tool. Okay, now I'm done with this circle here. Let's see how it will look like if I press 3. Okay, good. Now no artifacts, nothing, looks perfect. Okay, so next what I have to do here is that, let me go to the 1. Okay, because I will put a tank over it, so nothing will show. So if nothing will show, then I don't have to worry about to put something else over here. Otherwise, there are some more other stuff that you have to add over here, which I think and in this case is fine. I don't know, I don't want to add more. Okay, so that's all. with this top part. Now when we are done, so we have to we are done with the circle part, but this part I don't want to do, because the reason is that I will put the tank on it, so it will be hidden. Otherwise you have to offset again, then do it again, and then leave these two gaps and then extrude it outward, so it will become like this. Now we will create this part, okay, this front part here. Now I will go here. First of all, I have to make what you call a place for it, okay, where I should do this, where I should make this. So to make this, I will right click, multi-cut, press Ctrl, and then I will add one here, okay, and then this, if you will look at the image, it's still here, okay, so approximately I can say till here. Now when I added this, there is one thing I can do here, okay, I can press Q, double click this edge and Control delete this edge, because we don't need this. This I made it before just to divide it, but now I don't need it. Now I made this here and I made this one here, but they both are single edges. So if I will press 3, they will move down. Why they are moving down? Because there is no holding edge. So instead of keeping this single, I will select them, shift, right click, bevel, and they will be like with the friction I can convert them into 2 or more than 2 if I want to increase the segment. So if I press 3 now, you can see it's not coming down like it was doing before. But let me do one more thing. Let me add 2 segments. Now let's see. Now it's much better. Okay, so now I'll go back here to my design, the work over here. Now what I want is to do that, if you will see here, this is going a little bit inwards, okay, just like this from here. So I want the same kind of feeling, okay. I will select this, okay, with my tab key press, and then I will drag this, so the selection will be there. Now I'll press my W, rotate it a little bit inward, or like extrude it a little bit inwards, okay, so that it will create divisions, okay. Now I will move completely inside, and I will take my R key for scale it down just like this, okay, so it can make this kind of output, okay. Now I did that, I made it, but issue will be what? There is no holding edges, so I have to add the holding edges, so it will be fine. But first let me create it, then I will add it, okay. I think I have moved it too much. Should be this much. Now it's fine, because screen is not that much insetted. This much is fine. Now I'm done with this part, placing this here, okay. And one more thing is that here, I think this is too high, so I will double click it here, double click it here, double click it, this one here, double click this one here, okay, double click this here, and also I will double click this, and this as well here. The reason is that because I have to move it down, it's too high. Otherwise, I will not have space for the buttons. Okay, so I will move it high because there is a button here, which I noticed. Okay, this part. you know what, just leave it there, because button will be here, I think, not there. So this should be higher. Now button will be here, screen will be here. So sorry, I thought it's something else. Okay, now I will press tab and select these. I still think I have moved them like bit inwards. It's not supposed to be too much inwards. Okay, this much I think is fine. Now what I will do, I'll have to add holding edges. Now where I have to holding edges, if I will press 3 over here, you can see that this part is lacking, this part is lacking, and some inner parts are lacking. So shift right click our own best tool, multi-cut. So I will add one here, and you can see that it's a loop, so it is continuing from the other, it is going to the other side as well. Okay, then one here, then one inside. Okay, not inside, basically here. Okay, and then one here, and one here. Now let's see. Okay, so that's all. I have did this. Let's turn this on. Okay, now I have this placement. Okay, for it. Now what I need to do is that I have to now make this line. Okay, this is basically, I have to make a panel line. Okay, so I have to do one cruel thing over here, and that cruel thing is that or leave it, because I was thinking of dividing this into two parts, but I don't want to do that. Okay, what I will do here is that right click, multi-cut. Okay, I will add one here for the panel lines. Okay, and one right under here, wherever will be my button. My button will be here, so to just right under that, I will just put this. Okay, and one I will add here for the panel line. You will see why I added here. Okay, and then Q for selection mode. Right click, go to vertices. I will take this vertex from here. Okay, and I think yeah, there's one thing here. Let me undo this. This one, because here because of this circle, it's not creating that line here. So let's see where I can add that panel line. So I will go just here, multi-cut. No, I cannot add anywhere, so doesn't matter, it's okay. Now what I will do, I will count this one and this one as a like a panel line area. So I will select these two, move it down here, or not only these two, I will select a whole bunch of this, press Control Shift to slide it down. Okay, because sliding will not disfigure or change the way my like model looks. Okay, so that's how I will do it. Suppose the like reason because you might ask, why do I use Control Shift to move for sliding? If I move this one, so you can see it is going inwards. Okay, it went inside, but if I will use Control Shift, it will not go inside, it will stay on the surface. Okay, that's why I use sliding, so it will not affect my option. Now when I'm done, if I'm done with this one, what I have to do here is that I have to take these edges which I just created by pressing shift and right click, select this one, okay, and then double click on this, so this is selected, okay, oops, select this and then double click here, then select this, then double click here, then select this, then double click here, then select this, okay, I have to move here now, and double click here with the shift key, oops, select this and then double click it here. Now it's all selected. Okay, now what I want here is that this is the panel line which will be drawing inwards like here. Okay, so to do that, first of all I have to bevel this out. So by pressing shift, right click, bevel, okay, I will go here, a tiny bit of bevel, like fraction I will give, not too much, a very small bevel, okay, and then once I have given this, I can give a segment 2, then I will right click here, go to my faces, select all these faces, select one, and then double click on the next one. So as I have made a loop, so it will select all at once. Okay, so you can see that all this selected. Now what I will do is that I will shift, right click, extrude. Okay, I will extrude it inwards. Okay, and give it a division 3, and also I will again shift, right click, again extrude. So this time I can give an offset. Oops. Very tiny offset. Okay. Now I'm done. Let's see how it looks like. Okay. So that's fine. It looks kind of thicker. Okay, because I think I made it a little bigger, but for now it's fine. You can make when you are doing, you can keep it thinner. Okay, but I kept it a little thicker. Okay. Here, if you will notice that I don't have any holding edges here. That's why it is becoming more smoother at this stage. So what I will do here is that I will just right click, multi-cut, okay, add an edge loop here, like a holding edge here. Now let's see. Okay, now it's fine. Now one more here and one here. Now let's see. Perfect. Okay. So you can see now we are almost there. We have created this part. Okay, now what we need to do, we have to create a screen, buttons, and this USB output. Now here, to make a screen, I will go back here. Okay, faces mode. I will press tab to select all my faces here. Okay, and then I will go to my R key for the scaling. Press shift, extrude it inwards. Okay, oops. Okay, by mistake I have selected the one which are behind, I think. No, then why is it doing that? Okay, just let me do it from here. Right, shift right click and then extrude and then choose this. Okay, this is fine. So I will do one extrude here. I will give 3 division. Okay, so that it will hold it, the screen. Okay, now again shift right click and go to extrude again. This time I will extrude it inwards with a division of 1, which is fine. Then again shift right click, extrude, and this time I will offset a little tiny bit. Okay, I have to press shift and right click and then go to extrude again, so it will reset because it was continuing the process. Okay, a tiny bit here, and again shift right click, extrude, and then I will also give it a thickness, a bit of a thickness here. Okay, this much, and division I think 2 is fine. Okay, I will go to my object mode, S3 here. Okay, fine, but I have to add the holding edges. Okay, so I will go here, press 1. Okay, so I have to add some holding edges. Insert multicut, 1 here I will add. Okay, 1 here on the top I will add. Let's see, that's fine. Okay, so if you have, whenever you have that kind of issue, that means you're lacking multicut. Oh, sorry, so you are lacking the holding edges. Okay, there is something happened wrong on the top here. I think by mistake I added something here. So let me undo and check where this come from. Oh, okay, because when I was working on it, this was already selected. Okay, that's why I was confused that why the computer is slow. So by mistake I selected this part as well. Now it's fine. Okay. So when I was selecting these, I selected that too. Now I will avoid that. Okay. Or let me do one thing here. Did I apply any more stuff here? Okay, now it's fine. So I have to do this part again. Make sure this time I will make sure nothing is selected. Okay, so I will deselect everything because I think by default it was selected before. Okay, now it's not selected. Now what I will do is that select R, press shift key and extrude inwards. Now it's working fine. Before, that's why I was confused. What is the reason? Okay, 2 times I have offset it inwards so that it will create a good frame. I will press W here and press shift, extrude it a little bit inside 1 time, 2nd time, so I can have some divisions. Then R again, extrude it again 1 time. Okay, then W, then 1 time, then 2nd time, so that I can have a good division here. Now if I press 3, good. Only what I need is down is the multicut. So the holding edges, one I will add here, right here, okay, and one I want it here. Okay, now let's see. Good. Okay, now good, everything is fine. Okay, I can do one thing here. Instead of adding the multicut, let me add this time. Let me go to edges, right click and insert edge loop, because insert edge loop will not divide it just like what it do with the multicut, because multicut averages out. This one doesn't average out. Okay, so I will use my insert edge loop. This will give me more powerful compression. Okay, here as well I will do that. Okay, and then when I press 3, okay, this is looking good. Let's add one here just to see. I'll leave it. I think it's better. I don't want to add more, so that's fine. Otherwise, it will take more time. Okay, so let's see. So far, we have the panel lines. Okay, and we have the screen. We have the top tank part. Now, what else? Let's make this button and these two buttons here and the USB output. Okay. So I will go back here and I have to find a place for the button. Okay, I think this is the best place to do. Before making the button, what I want to do is that I have to offset it. Otherwise, what will happen? There will be not enough folding edges. So shift, right click, extrude, okay, and offset this one a tiny bit here. Okay, just like this. And then what I can do here is that I can make this smaller like this and maybe move it up a bit. Now shift right click and circularize. Okay, and it is a bit twisted, so what I have to do is that I have to use my twist option here, okay, to twist it and keep it straight. Alignment, I will keep it average, okay, and then I will take my R key and scale it down so it will be here. Okay, now the button place is ready. Now what I have to do is that I have to press shift, extrude it a little bit tiny inwards, okay, like 2 times, or yeah, okay. Once I am done with this, I can take my Q selection tool, press here, shift, double click here, select this, shift, double click here. Okay, now this one, what I will do is that I will extrude it inwards. So shift, right click, extrude, face, okay, and then thickness I will move inwards, and also I will add 3 division here. Okay, and then again shift, right click, extrude faces. This time I will offset it tiny bit more, not too much, bit. Okay, now I'm done with this part of the button. So if I will press 3, okay, so it will give me an illusion, this gap which I made, this panel line around the button, it will give me a gap, there is a button, but this button have to extrude more outwards. So if I will press 1, okay, shift, right click here, and okay, bit, right click first without any key, face, select these, now shift, right click, extrude, okay, so I will extrude it outwards here, okay, and add 3 subdivision, and shift, right click, and bevel. Why I'm doing bevel? So it can give me something like a soft edge. If you can see that, it's giving me a soft edge, just you can see on the screen, just like this. And just sorry, 2 I will add, 2 segments I will add. Okay, now I will go back to my object mode, press 3 here just to see. Now it looks kind of like a button. Okay, So I have button now. Now I need two more buttons down here. Okay, so I will go down here, and then first I have to make a place for the button. Okay, so one will be here, so that, and like one will be here, one will be here. So I will press shift right click, multicut tool. So I will add one here. So I will add one here, and then I will add one here. Okay, that's all. And then what I will do is that I will right click and go to my edge mode, but take my W for the movement, these two from here, and then I will take my R, press Control Shift and scale it here, so that I have an equal square here. Same thing I will do with the move tool now, shift and slide it down. So now I have perfect 4 square here. Now I can easily make the button. But before making the button, always you have to offset this so that you don't have any fallback. So otherwise you will have pinching and there will be no holding edges there. So I will select these two, shift, right click, extrude. Okay, a little bit offset I will give here, inverse. Okay, and 2 division at least, not 3, 2. Okay, now shift right click, I will use my circularize component here. Okay, twist, I have to twist it. Okay, keep the evenly distributed on, and alignment I will keep it surface average, so when I scale it down it doesn't mess up the like the size, like the size of it. Otherwise it will become like like an ellipse instead of being like a circle. Okay, so R key, but I have to do this now one by one. Okay, so here, almost they are the same size, so I don't have to worry about this. Okay, so whatever I did on the top, I will do same here. Shift right click here. Okay, extrude and little bit offset here, inverts, very tiny offset, and then this time I will give it a 3 division, or I think 2 is enough. 2 division. Okay, and now I have pressed Q on my keyboard so that I can select these faces. This one, shift, double click this. Oops, sorry. Shift, double click this, then shift, double click this, and then I will do that the same size. Shift, double click this, then shift click, double click this. Now all these round faces are created. Now shift right click, I will go to the extrude. Now what I will do here is that I will offset, I will use my thickness inverts. Okay, and then I will increase my division here to 3. Once I'm done, I don't want to give a offset, or let's give a offset, a bit tiny bit offset here, or leave it because already this is too small. Okay, let me see. Okay, I think I should give some little bit offset here. Shift right click, extrude faces. Now I will give a little offset. Okay, I think that's, oops, I don't know what was happening. Offset was going in the wrong direction, that's why. Let's right click, extrude, and now I will try to get offset. Is it still going, or leave it? Now I'll select these two. Okay. Now what I'm going to do here is that I will shift right click and bevel it directly. Okay. Or no. Shift and extrude it outwards. Okay, give it a division of 3. Then shift right click again, extrude again, a little bit more. Okay, that's all. Now I will take Q here, right click object mode. Let's see. Okay, so now I have these two buttons down here. Now what I want here, the next is to add the this one, the USB output, which I think is the easiest part here, unlike the buttons, because I just have to add two holding edges. So shift right click here, I will use insert edge loop this time. Okay, so one here I will add, and one here I will add. Then I will press my W key, which is the moving tool key, right click and go to the vertices. Okay, now what I will do is that I want to take these, okay, slide it down. Okay, take these two, also slide it down. Then take these two from here, press R, shift control for sliding, and move it just like here. Then only the top one, slide it inwards, then slide it down with the moving tool. Okay, are we able to create this? Yes. Now I will right click here, face, select these faces. Okay, everything's fine. Yes. So I will press shift key on my keyboard, right click it here. Okay, and then what I'm going to do here is that I will go to the extrude. Okay, offset it a tiny bit and give it a 3 division. Then shift right click on it, extrude. Okay, and this time I will extrude it inward. Okay, and then give it a offset of maybe 5 because it's way back there. Then shift right click here, extrude again, so I can work on my another offset here, and then increase the offset value to 2. Okay, now I will go back to my object mode here. Okay, now you can see that it's there. Okay, so it will look much more better if we will have you know, those what you call the texture on it, shaders on it. Now one thing I have to do is that to add the holding edges, I don't have the holding edges. Shift right click and I will use here insert edge loop. So I will add one here, okay, one here, one here. Automatically it is added here because this is already a loop. So now I will press 3 just to see what's going on. Okay, still we need more. That means we need to add more here inside here. Okay, Then here we have need, here also we need, here we need, and now this side here we need it. Wherever like there is corners, okay, you can add there. Perfect. Okay, now I will go to object mode again, so you can see that. Oops. Okay, there is issue here now because I have added so many edge loops here. So let me do one thing. And one more thing was that, or I do one thing here. Keep it back. I have to fix this now. Okay, to fix this, what I will do here is that go to faces, or do one thing. So I will select this and delete it, and then what I can do here is that I can redo another one. Okay, so I will go to my edges mode, select this one, okay, and R, shift, extrude inward, so it will make something like this here, and again I will do something here 2 times, same thing here. Because the error what I did was that I moved these. I was not supposed to move these ones. So these what these did was that they disfigured my circles. That's the issue. Okay. So once this is done, so what I can do here is that I will go to my vertex mode. Okay. Take these vertices. Okay. Shift right click and merge vertices a little bit higher. That's fine. Okay, same thing here I will do. Shift right click, merge vertices. Okay, a little bit higher value. That's it. Then I will take these. Shift right click, merge vertices. A little bit higher. I think the right vertices are not selected. Or I'll use target weld. Okay, now it's fine. Select these. Shift right click and merge these vertices. Now as they are done, so I will go back to my edge mode. I will take this and this one, right click, and then what I will do, I will apply a bridge. Okay, same thing here. Shift right click, apply a bridge. Okay, but there is an issue here because I thought these vertices got merged. Okay, now they are merged. Then this one. Okay, same thing over here. Okay, done. Then I will right click here, then I will take my multicut tool to put one point here, then one point here. Okay, so here. One here, and then one here. Now I will right click vertices. These two vertices I will merge again. Okay, done. Now I will go to the other side just to see what are the other two vertices. These are already merged. This one and this one. Okay. So the target weld I have already covered in your like the sofa modeling part. So I hope if you go back to that tutorial in my Maya lessons, okay, you will find that there. Okay, now target weld this one. So now if I will go here, press 3 here, just to check. Okay, now perfect. Those are gone. Okay, so I have to bring my circles back. So I will go to face, select these faces here. Okay, then shift, right click, circleize. Okay, need to be twisted a bit. Okay, and then surface, and then I will go to my scaling tool, and one by one I have to scale this down. Oh, this one is not twisted. Okay, now simple. What I need to do is that I have to shift, right click, extrude. Okay, and then I have to use a tiny bit of a like a offset on it, and division 3 I can apply. Right click again. Okay, this time I will move it inside. Again division 2. Okay, shift, right click. Okay, this time what I will do, I will just increase the thickness to bring it outwards and give it a division of 5, I guess. So I'll go back to my mode cube. Okay, so now it's fine. So guys, make sure let me tell you what I did wrong. When I was adding the edge loops, okay, I added a lot of edge loops. So I was not supposed to add the edge loops. I was supposed to add the, if you remember, the pattern which I told you about, the diamond pattern. So I was supposed to add diamond pattern all over here. Okay, so I forgot to do that, so that's why I got this error. So I had to then, remove that to get the diamond pattern here. Okay, let me do one thing here. Edges, control delete, because this should be diamond, not triangle. Okay, select control delete. Control delete. Control. Now it's fine. Okay, now they are diamond. Okay, because diamond have 4 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now it's fine. Okay, so now you can see that we are done with this front side. Now at the back we don't have anything other than like a panel line. Okay, so just we have this panel line, which is much more easy to make it. Only this part we will do it, and then we are done. So it looks like this sort of shape. So what I have to do, I have to go here. Okay, press 1. Now to add that panel line here, I need one edge loop. Okay, so I'll right click shift, go to edge loop here, add an edge loop where I can have an edge loop. I think I don't need an edge loop because already I have a lot of edges here. So I'll go to vertex. Okay, and I might need an edge loop here. So I can go to shift right click, shift right click, and multi-cut I will take and add a multi-cut here, so it will average out. Usually multi-cut will not change the some quality of your work, so that's why you can use this. Okay, because edge loop will do that, but this will not. Okay, so now I will go to my vertices and I will try to mimic that this part. So I have to take this here. Okay, not this, I think these here. These 3 from here, and same these 3 from here. I will go to my moving tool. Okay, and after that what I have to do is that I have to move this down, or one more thing, select these as well. Okay, they are selected. Now I have to slide it, so I will press Ctrl Shift and move it down. Otherwise it will change my topology of the design. Okay, so here a bit, and now what I will do is that I will deselect this one, same here, because I'm making a little bit curve. Okay, now shift right, slide it down a little bit, so you can see a curve is being made here. Okay, now deselect this one and then shift drag it. Okay, this one I think I have to move it a little bit up. Okay, now I have what I was looking for. Just this one I will take from here. This one as well. Then shift and move, slide it up. And select this one and this one. Shift and slide. It usually takes time because I'm eyeballing. I don't have any reference, so that's why it's creating a little bit. It's kind of like challenging. Now what I will do here is that I will press. I will right click, go to my faces mode. Okay. Right click, click it here. Then double click here. Okay. Okay. This manually I think is better. It's selecting some unwanted faces. Now it's fine. Okay. Then I will select this. Shift, double click here. Select this one. Then shift, double click here. Then what I will do here is that this one. Shift, double click here. This one. Shift, double click. Oops. Here. I will use tab also because some are not able to select. I'm not able to select some of them. So here I will use tab. Okay, tab will allow me to select those also which are not selected. So you can see so many of them were not selected. So I will make sure that everything is selected. Okay, I think it's fine. Okay, now what I have to do is that shift, right click, extrude. Okay, and then I will give it a little tiny offset here. Inwards. Okay, so it will make a frame. So offset basically makes a frame here, but they all are not selected, I think. So I have to, I think, do one thing. Instead of selecting in a very hard way, I can go to the panel mode here, orthographic, and check. Yeah, here. Now this way I can select easily. Okay, So I can easily select all these which I want. Okay. I'll go back here, perspective. Now they all are selected, the one that I wanted to select. Shift right click, extrude. Okay. I will extrude a tiny bit inwards. Okay, now everything is fine here, nothing is causing any issue. Anything more smaller. Now once I'm done, I will give it a division of 2. That's all. Now shift right click again, I will go to extrude. Okay, now this time what I will do, I will select this. Okay, I will select this, shift, double click this one, click this, shift, double click this. So the whole of this, the one that I created, this offset is selected. Now I will extrude the offset inward, so it will give an illusion that it's a panel line. So what I will do, I will shift right click, go to extrude. Okay, and thickness I will move it inside. It's going outside, sorry. Something like this. Okay, and division I will give it 2. Okay, I will take my moving tool and that's all. Oh, okay, it's moved downwards as well. So I think instead of doing that, I have to select this part, shift and double click here. Or you know what, I will go back here, orthographic front, and I will select the same way I did it. Okay, this whole thing here, much more easier. Instead of extruding the panelize inside, I will move these outside, this one, because panelize is causing some issue because they are very tiny and thin. So I will shift right click, extrude, and this time I will extrude it outwards. Okay, but again it's giving me an issue here because there are some tiny parts. Or let's do one thing here, press R and extrude it from this, just like this, from the mouse, instead of extruding it with the extrude option, and move it here. That's better. That's much more better to do it this way. Okay, if I press 3 on the keyboard, it's fine, but it needs some holding edges here. If you will see, okay, this one, these holding, so there is no holding edges basically here. So I have to double click here. All these will be selected. Okay, this is like a ring selection. Now I will right click, okay, and add some here, like a connection tool. So it will be connected like this, and enter. Okay, now 3, better. Okay, there are some issues here, I think, because this was very tiny. Let's do one thing. Instead of extruding this, because extruding is causing a problem, let's not extrude this one. Okay, because there are so many faces here. That's why that's the problem. So we have to make it uh, the diamond pattern. That's how it will work fine, but it will take time. Okay, but as you know, you got the idea. You know the drill now, how we can fix this. Okay, and how we can add these parts. So simple way, you can uh, simply, what you can do is that, because what happens is this issue, this is what causing problem. When we created this created a lot of problem. I was supposed to create a diamond pattern all around here, and then it will be all fine. So because of this, we have these very thin lines. Okay, but anyhow, I hope you have understood about it. One more thing we can do to avoid this is that you can take the vertices here, go to the orthographic and side, oh sorry, orthographic and front, okay, and then we can uh, take these, okay, press R, Shift and Control, and scale it up, okay, and also move it a bit. Same thing we can do here, or instead of doing from this edge, we take the whole thing here. Okay, so this will, what it will do is that it will kind of like slide. Okay, so it will spread these tighter like edges. So this will help to reduce the the tightness. Okay. Okay. Now what I will do, I will select all of them all together, slide them. Okay. So they are all spreaded nicely, and if I press 3, this will not cause that much of issue. Okay, so just keep in mind, don't do this mistake as I did. You always should have lesser number here. There is a lot coming out of this part, and use the diamond pattern. Okay, the one which I used here to fix this. Okay, but almost it is done. And only thing we just needed is this line, but now we cannot do that. We can do some alternative method to do this. Okay, and that would be detaching this. So let's see how we can do that part. If I will go to the orthographic front here, okay, and face, so I will go to this part here, and take all this. Now go back to perspective. Now what I will do here is a simple shift right click, and I will use a detach option here. Detach components. It is detached. Now it is not the part of it anymore. You can see that I can remove it anytime. Okay, and because still it is one. So what I can do now is that I can go to shift right click and separate it. So there is a separate option. Where is the separate? It's not here. So I think I have to go to the mesh here, then press separate here. Now it will give me this, but it will give me a history as well. So I have to delete the history. Okay. I have deleted the history and I have to, it's in a group. Okay, so if you want, you can ungroup it by going to edit, ungroup. Now this is different. Which line? There are a lot of lines. I don't understand which line you're talking about right now. If you have less lines, you can delete it. If you mean by these lines, okay, we can delete them, but then there are a lot of lines. So that's why I think it's better to do an alternative way. Otherwise, there will be a lot of lines and we cannot like delete a lot of lines. Only one line, it's better to delete it. Now this poly surface, this backside, I will hide it. Okay, and I can work on this one for just now. Okay, I can go to the edge, select all this or the whole edge here. Okay, take R, which is my scale tool. So this whole edge, which is this one, what I did is that I just click on this edge, double clicked on it, and this whole edge is selected. And what is this edge? This one I'm talking about, this one, the outside one. Okay. Now I will press R and I will press shift and move it here just like this. Okay, extruding. I'm extruding the edge. Okay. And then also I can extrude now extrude I have done. Now I will just not do normal scaling. Normal scaling is done. Now what I will do here is that I will press shift again and extrude downwards just like this. Now normal scaling I will do in this form. Okay, so I am done with this part. If I will press 3, okay, this is good. The only thing I need to do here is that double click on this edge, okay, and double click on this edge, this edge, this edge, this edge, like the same edge which I selected, okay, before. This edge, double click on this with the shift key. I'm pressing shift key and double clicking on this, so this whole loop will be selected. Now the whole loop is again selected. So what I will do, because when I press 3, it becomes very smooth. I don't want that. I want them to be a little harder. So what I will do, I will press shift, right click, bevel, fraction it, like make it double, very less double, with at least two segments. Okay, now you can see that if I go back to object mode, it is hard edged. Okay, but it's too I think it's too small. So without segment it's fine. So I don't want to add segments, just I will bevel it, okay, and that's all. So I'm done with this part here, and one thing I have to do here is go to my vertices, take these vertices, this one as well, and move this inward, and also this. That's all. Okay, object mode. Now I'm done with this part. I think I have moved it a lot. It's distorted. keep it like that, the way I did it. Let me do from this angle. This is much better angle. Okay. Now I'm fine with this part. Now I will unhide this. Okay. And what I need to do in this part is that now I will take this one and hide this one and work on this. Okay. Edges, I will go and take all these outer edges. Okay. And once I've done with this outer edges, I will take my R shift like the scale tool, and I will press shift and extrude it inwards just like this, a tiny bit. Okay. And again shift inwards tiny bit here. And then I will take the moving tool and move a bit outwards here just like this. Okay, now if I will go to object mode, press 3 here, now it's fine. Okay, now if I will go and unhide the other one, now you can see it's all completed. Clear, everyone? So this is how we have done with this. So try not to do that mistake which I did it here. Okay, because what I did was that I added a lot of these without making it diamond pattern. Okay, so you can go back to the lesson which I did before this one, where I was teaching you how to create diamond pattern, and see how to do that. So you will not have this issue. Now one more thing we have here is the sculpting. What does the sculpting do? It smooths your object, or it can re-sculpt it. Okay, now if I will go here, if you will notice, there is a lot of pinching going on here. Okay, so if I move my mouse, so you can here you can see a lot of pinching going on. So what I can do, I can take the, like there is an option here called relax. So I have to see which one is the relax. Okay, so somewhere there is a sculpting tool. I don't know where it is gone. Okay, anyhow, I can go here and choose this one, smooth the surface of a mesh without changing its original shape. When I do that, then I will click here, and then you can see that it's changing. Okay, it's smoothing it up, but it's too strong. Let me undo this and reduce the size of it by pressing B and making it smaller. Okay, and now it's small, and now I can paint over here, maybe this part. And there is a strength. If I double click here, you can see there is a strength. So strength is too much, so maybe I will put strength 50 here. So now if I will apply here, I think 50 is again too much. Maybe 10 I will use. So 10 is fine. So wherever I have issues, I can paint over just like this. Okay, but it will paint only here. If I want to paint on the other side as well, so what I can do, I can undo, and then I can go here in the symmetry and turn on the X symmetry here, or double click this one, and here if there is any symmetry here, yeah, it's there. So I don't know why it's not appearing. Yeah, so Z, because this is my Z angle. So if I will do here any change, okay, so this object Z, so it will apply on the other side. Okay, so wherever you find there is something you need to do that. I think that was the only part here. So you can fix this part just like that. Okay, but it's applying too much, so I think not that much. Okay, everyone, clear? So this is how we usually do the hard surface modeling. Okay, keep the rules in mind, and these kind of issues you will face if you're not applying the rules, like the rule I told you about the diamond pattern. Okay, so next class what we are going to do is that we are going to apply shaders. Okay, no, sorry, next class we will learn how to like render our objects and how we can do different kind like kind of compositing. Okay, so we will learn about the compositing and also how we can render any scene with the help of compositing, and how in the Photoshop we can fix that. That will be our part before the break. After the break we will move to how to create a like basically how to create like the corrector. Okay, now one thing is that like today hopefully I will upload your assignment. Your assignment is about to create a breakfast scene. If you remember, last time we made uh, like a lunch table where we have the pizza. So your assignment will be to create a breakfast scene. Okay, so to and that one I will I will upload today. Okay, and then you can continue that like with it. Okay, so also if you have any questions, just let me know. Is everything clear? Have you understood everything? I will also show you the lunch. Okay, so this is the lunch table which we created last time. And next class what we are going to do, we are going to render this one, and then I will render it, and then we will learn how to do the we will do the render, and then we will do the compositing in the Photoshop to fix it, because your assignment will be based on that. Okay, so take care everyone. Let's meet on the Blackboard, because I have to take your attendance there, and I will do the attendance on the Blackboard. So I will wait for you on the Blackboard. Okay, so let's meet on the Blackboard.